Today I'm going to do a story time about an incident that happened about a week ago around there. It surprised me because these things don't usually happen. But let me tell you the background so you understand why I was so frustrated, okay? First of all, when you have DID is an extreme form of PTSD. There are times where you will have outbursts even if you're in a normal situation. I've always been very good at keeping those outbursts to myself in most public situations. I'm not saying all of them. No, I've definitely had public outbursts, but this one was a surprise, okay? I've noticed that ever since I started doing therapy, my alters have been wanting to express themselves more publicly. I used to sort of have, to my knowledge, like when I'm co-conscious with other alters, I used to have sort of a tight rein on them. Like if there was another alter out and I was co-conscious, I generally had the upper hand power-wise. That is shifting. And that scares me because one of the things I rely on when I'm co-conscious is my ability to overpower my other parts, which I know does not sound positive. You are not supposed to overpower your other parts. However, when you don't have enough communication to agree on things, you really don't have a choice if you plan on getting anything done. And that's the case with me. I do not have enough communication, and I certainly don't have cooperation, okay? So generally when I do things, I have to force them, I have to fight for them, which is why it's so hard for me to do things generally. Okay, so anyway, here's the story. I have a wisdom tooth coming in. Yes, at 46, I have a random wisdom tooth out of the heavens crawling up through my gums. As a kid, I was told I had no wisdom teeth, so I never thought I had wisdom teeth. And I never had to have any teeth pulled. I've actually have fewer teeth than the average person. I was born without 2 bottom molars, plus I was born without my wisdom teeth. And so suddenly, there's a wisdom tooth, okay, coming out of nowhere. And so I had to go to the dentist. But because I'm on Medi-Cal, which, you know, state insurance, people will just have no idea the kind of runaround the state gives receivers of the insurance, of Medi-Cal, you know. So the first time I make the appointment for the dentist, I go in, I had an appointment for 2:30. They tell me they don't have appointments at 2:30. And then I'm like, well, who made the appointment with me if you don't have one at 2:30? That was our headquarters, and our headquarters clearly do not know our schedule. Well, first of all, if you're gonna have headquarters taking all of your frickin' phone calls, they should know what their franchises are doing. So first one gets canceled. So I rescheduled for one like 2 weeks later. I decide not to go to that one because my first experience with that particular dental thing, I'm telling you right now, it looked like a front. It didn't even look like a real dental office. It looked like a pill mill pretending to be a dental office. It looked dirty, dingy. I didn't want to go back there. So I made an appointment with another office of the same, under the same name. I'm just going to call it. Don't ever go there. They're garbage. But anyway, so, you know, I figure I'll just go to another franchise because my insurance covers it. So I make an appointment with that franchise. Wait 2 weeks. Go to my appointment, and then this girl tells me, you can't have an appointment here. You're only allowed to go to the other, which blew my mind. I'm like, if my insurance covers, why can't I go to, I literally have to go to a specific store. And so what happened was, after weeks of frustration with this place, this girl was dismissive. Very dismissive and rude towards me. I'd already had it with this place. I've had it with businesses where you cannot address the person that's causing you the problems, okay? You know, like T-Mobile does some crap to you, and so then you call and they're like, well, we're not the ones who did it, so please don't yell at me. And it's like, well, I can't talk to the ones who did this to me because you won't let me, so I'm gonna yell at you. Like, that's my new philosophy. If you work for the company, you are guilty, period. They do this to just mess with customers. You have to understand this. And so she was extremely rude and dismissive, which is really a trigger for me because, as you all know, my teenage years, I grew up in hospitals. I spent a lot of times in hospitals as an adult, and in hospitals, you are dismissed constantly. You don't matter. You're not a person. And so this girl dismissed me as if I was not a person with feelings, who had just wasted weeks of their time trying to understand why I can't seem to get a tooth pulled out. And so I'm like, what do I do? Why do you people keep sending me to these places and canceling my appointments? How am I supposed to know this? Why don't you have a phone where I can actually call your franchise? Ma'am, I'm helping other customers, was her nasty little rude. So you know what? I don't know which part came out, okay? I don't know which part came out, but some part came flying to the surface, and I was co-conscious, but I was taken by surprise because this never happens. And she just went. And we stormed out. And so for me, that's a little surprising. It's rude, which should not have happened. I don't usually do that. But it was another part that just, no, they were not having it. Okay. And so after that, I could not regulate my emotions at all. I kept trying to calm myself down, trying in the car drive home, trying to calm myself. I try, because like when I get upset, my face turns bright red and I get tears in my eyes. I cannot hide when I get upset to save my life. And I hate that because sometimes when I'm angry, I don't want other people to know, but my face turns into a tomato. It's impossible. Everyone's going to know. So I'm sitting there trying to like breathe and calm myself in the car, and it would come in waves. It would be like, okay, I'm calm. And then suddenly I want to cut her hair off. Oh, calm. I want to key her car. You know, like, I wanted to just end everything related to this person. It was like every anger I had in the world was directed exactly at this person. And I just could not calm down. It took me hours to calm down from this. And of course I don't want to behave that way in public. Of course that scares me. It makes me wonder, what other behaviors am I going to have that I can't control? But like I said, ever since I started therapy, it's like not only are my alters pressing for expression and pressing for their fair time in the body, they are also not putting up with stuff that we used to put up with. It's sort of like if we encounter a trigger, they will fight instead of flee or fawn or freeze. Whereas we used to just freeze or fawn or just run. We would run, freeze, fawn, run. But it seems lately, if somebody trips a wire, they're gonna get it. Some part of me is going to come out and they're going to act out everything they needed to say to their abusers when it originally happened. And that can be very problematic because you can find yourself in some very bad situations because you can't do that. It's not appropriate. But at the same time, I don't know what to do about it. And I feel like it could happen more and more often. My ability to control things is like really tenuous. It's slipping. And that just sort of freaks me out, you know, and
but sometimes we want to come out and say things so that the mean people know that they were mean and it was not fair, and we did not get to say lots of stuff when we were little.
Okay. Hey, so I know Jazzy, that was Jazzy. I often know when Jazzy comes out. I don't know what she said. No idea what she said. I assume it's probably related to the subject because she's always listening, it seems. She's always on top of everything. Yeah, so I don't know, guys. I don't know what I was talking about now. Oh my God. So, well, that's me trying to make a video. I don't think I'm the person who started the video, you know, so I don't know what the video was about, but I guess I would like to say hi since I'm sitting in front of the camera, you know. And I think this is Brandy, and I hope everybody's well, and it's been a long time since I've seen everybody, and I hope you're all having a good day. And I'm sorry if the video was incomplete, because I came in at the end and I don't know if we finished discussing whatever it was we were trying to discuss, but I hope we got all the information in. In any case, this is what DID looks like sometimes, so you guys have a good day.